It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Severe weather's on the way for the southern plains. The Storm Prediction Center says there's a slight risk of severe thunderstorms tonight. The threats including strong winds, hail, maybe some tornadoes. Heavy rain could also trigger localized flash flooding from Texas through the lower Mississippi Valley. Meanwhile, the northwest will see light snow in the Cascades and Rockies through tomorrow, and rain continues for parts of the Great Lakes into the northeast. Closer to home, rain and storms are going to shift east. The Sacramento Mountains will see a few lingering showers, but the rest of the area dries out as clear skies and cooler air moves in. The weekend and through next week, you can expect some dry, sunny, and mild weather. Light winds, pleasant afternoons, temperatures running near to a bit above average. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, War Highway, Ellen Road, and Nike Avenue will be open all day.
The City of Alamogordo Utilities Department will release water from the Lower Heights ground storage tank on Thunder Road into the McKinley Channel to connect a 24-inch main line. Work is expected to be completed by Wednesday. Officials say this will not affect residents' water or pressure. The water flow is routine. If you have any questions, 575-437-5991. The Lincoln National Forest will conduct prescribed burns in the Sacramento Ranger District Sunday through Wednesday, weather permitting. The burns are going to target overgrown vegetation across 111 acres in multiple locations, including administrative sites and areas near 16 Springs Canyon, James Ridge Lookout, and Spud Patch Canyon. Some areas may be closed for safety, and residents in Sacramento, Weed, James Ridge, 16 Springs, and Dry Canyon may see smoke. Drivers should use caution in the area. The Forest Service will monitor conditions and may cancel burns if needed. If you have any questions about air quality, check out fire.airnow.gov. Karen Kincaid Brady has been named Executive Director of the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo, effective October 27th. Brady brings over a decade of museum and historic preservation experience, most recently serving as Business and Programming Director at the Neil Cochran House Museum in Austin, Texas. She holds a master's degree in history and historic preservation and has a strong passion for space history. As director, she will oversee operations, exhibits, research, and education, continuing the museum's mission to highlight New Mexico's contribution to space exploration. Otero County Electric Cooperative will have a scheduled outage today from 9:30 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Crews will be replacing equipment at the Tinney substation, working on a transmission line crossarm, and performing other maintenance. This outage will affect a little over 1,000 meters in San Patricio, Hondo, Tinney, Arabella, Lincoln, and areas east of Hondo, as well as north of Capitan, along Highway 246. These times could change if repairs take longer than expected. Alamogordo Public Schools are offering support to families affected by the federal government shutdown, including those at Holloman Air Force Base. Resources include the APS Mobile Food Pantry. That's on Wednesday, November 5th at 2:30 at Reiner Steinhoff Soccer Complex, the Tiger Care Center for Hygiene, Clothing, and Emergency Food, and local assistance guides for Otero County. Families in need can contact school counselors, principals, or the HOPE team, hope@alamogordoschools.org, or 575-430-0191. Republican Chair Amy Barella put out a message on the Republican Party of Otero County Facebook page regarding Alamogordo's upcoming mayoral race. She says that low turnout and vote splitting could hand the election to a Democrat, even though Republicans make up the majority of the area. With 3 GOP candidates and 2 Democratic candidates, an evenly split Republican vote means Democrats could win with just 35% of votes. If Republicans consolidate behind one frontrunner, then the GOP could easily surpass the Democrats. The key message: Republicans need to organize and turn out to prevent a Democratic victory. Alamogordo residents are being urged to take action against prescription drug overdoses, which account for nearly 1 in 4 overdose deaths in the land of enchantment. Tomorrow is National Prescription Take-Back Day, so please use the free anonymous drop-off site for expired or unused medications. Residents can also use local pharmacies year-round. Securing, tracking, and properly disposing of medications can help protect families and reduce overdose deaths. Well, today is Friday. Let's get a cat chat from Kitty City, shall we?
Happy Meowoween. This is Kathy Denton from Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. In honor of the fall season colors, I'd like to devote today's cat chat to several of Kitty City's tortoiseshell kitties. Tortoiseshell is a cat coat coloring named for its similarity to a tortoiseshell pattern. Tortoiseshell cats are almost exclusively female. Tortoiseshell cats, also known as torties, combine two colors either closely mixed or in large patches. The colors are often described as red and black, but the red patches can instead be orange, yellow, or cream, and the black can instead be chocolate, gray, or blue. Our first tortie's name is Tori. Although we think all torties are beautiful, we also think 3.5-year-old Tori is especially gorgeous with a face anyone would love. Tori is friendly but not pushy. She absolutely loves to be petted. She does like to meow when she does not get attention, so we would say Tori is a smart girl because she knows what to do for attention and pets. She also likes to play. Tori is a gentle and reserved sweetheart with humans, and she cohabitates with other cats very well. 1.5-year-old Kia is another gorgeous tortie. She has a sweet face with a personality to match. Kia's strategically placed colors and markings make her very unique looking. She has large, light-colored eyebrows and an orange patch on her forehead. Kia interacts so well with everyone and is always wanting our attention and affection. She loves cuddles and snuggles and is very gentle. Freya is a tortie with a unique look. She has a Persian face, and she's an adorably cute cat. She is also an extremely shy girl and at 6 years old, quite set in her ways. She does come to the door of a room to greet familiar faces when she sees them often. But it takes patience and moving slow to get Freya to show her good side to anyone who is a stranger to her. But when she begins to trust, she enjoys being in laps and receiving pets. She purrs very softly. We have other torties as well, but time does not allow me to tell you about them. If you are a tortie lover, stop by Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to meet all of our wonderful tortie girls. Or you can visit our website at www.kittycitynm.com to see all our beautiful cats and kittens. Tomorrow, Saturday, October 25, Kitty City will be at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are continuing to have our special, Into the Fall, 2 cats or kittens for the price of 1. Alamogordo Animal Control will also be at the mall tomorrow, Saturday, October 25, with puppies and dogs available for adoption. Please visit their Facebook page and click on the link, #AlamoFreeFurryFriends, to learn more about these dogs whose adoption fees are paid in full and they're just waiting for their forever family. So come join us at the White Sands Mall tomorrow, October 25, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. to find that missing forever family member. This is Kathy Denton, and this has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Happy Meowoween, and be safe out there. Kitty City. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A New Mexico man will serve 10.5 years in prison for threatening a judge with an axe. Prosecutors say John O'Brien tried to kill Judge Amanda Villalobos at the Cibola County Courthouse after becoming angry over a civil case ruling. The judge was not harmed, thanks to quick action by deputies. Attorney General Raul Torres says the maximum sentence shows New Mexico will not tolerate violence or intimidation against the courts. Federal prosecutors will seek the death penalty for Zachary Babbitts, accused of a deadly 2024 crime spree across New Mexico. Investigators say Babbitts murdered 83-year-old Gordon Wilson during a carjacking in Santa Fe, and then robbed a bank in Albuquerque, then carjacked another victim in Cruces before he got arrested. Nearly 120 New Mexico National Guardsmen are heading to the southern border for a year-long federal deployment. The 126th Military Police Company will assist Custom and Borders Protection as part of a joint task force, Southern Border, replacing outgoing units. Captain Marcos Myers says their mission is to defend American southern line and stop cartels from trafficking drugs, weapons, and people. Sandoval County Commissioners approved millions in incentives to attract California-based Castellion, a defense firm that builds hypersonic missiles. Supporters say the facility could boost local jobs and strengthen national security, while opponents worry about safety and taxpayer risk. Castellion says there will be no rocket launches, just assembly and testing under Defense Department oversight. The company has not yet committed to New Mexico, but says the Land of Enchantment is a strong contender. Just when you thought you couldn't dig any deeper, New Mexico Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse-Oliver has announced that she's running for lieutenant governor in 2026.
Donald Trump is attacking our democracy and pushing an extreme agenda. New Mexico needs a fighter who will stand up to him. That's why I'm running for lieutenant governor. As your Secretary of State, I battled Trump and MAGA extremists when they attacked our democracy and our voting rights.
Toulouse-Oliver has been in office since 2016. She's a former Bernalillo County clerk. She's going to face State Senator Harold Pope Jr. and Councilman Jackie Onsuarez in the Democratic primary. Republican Manny Lardisabal is the lone GOP candidate. Elephant Butte Lake is at 3.8% of capacity, raising alarms for farmers in southern New Mexico. The lake is fed by mountain snowmelt and is crucial for irrigation, but experts warn that next year's water supply looks to be critically low. Without lake water, farmers may have to rely on salty, energy-intensive well water, which drives up costs and stresses out crops. New Mexico's Opportunity Scholarship has won the National Impact Award from College Promise for making college more accessible statewide. The program now supports over 41,000 students tuition-free at the state's 29 public colleges and universities, covering certificates, associate's, and bachelor's degrees with no income requirements. Both part-time and full-time students, including working adults and first-generation learners, benefit. Enrollment has risen 4.2% over the last 2 years, and the scholarship is now recognized nationally as a model for expanding higher education access. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 4 matches for New Mexico volleyball today. That includes Animas at Hatch. And Friday night lights are going to shine bright with 42 games for New Mexico football. Carrizozo at Magdalena, Cloudcroft at Manal, New Mexico Military Institute at Ruidoso, Capitan at Estancia, Rama at Mescalero, and Eunice comes to Tularosa. Wow! Go Wildcats! Well, today is Friday. Let's check in with Christy, see where the fish are biting.
Hey, everyone. I'm Christy Lepis here on Crazy Radio, and it's time now to see where the fish are biting this week. At Alto Lake, trout fishing was fair to good on green power bait, while over at Blue Hole Park Pond, trout were a bit slower, but whopper ploppers got some bites. Brantley Lake had fair to good largemouth bass action on canvas crawdads, and Chaparral Park Lake offered fair to good catfishing using chicken livers. Over at Elephant Butte Lake, catfish were slow to fair on minnows, but white bass, largemouth, and smallmouth bass were fair to good with black bait, silver bombers, worms, and minnows. Eunice Lake had fair to good catfishing on cherry Kool-Aid chicken breasts, while Grindstone Reservoir saw very good trout fishing on power bait. Lake Van offered good catfishing on cherry Kool-Aid soaked gizzards, and the Pecos River was slow to fair for catfish using hot dogs. Santa Rosa Lake had fair to good smallmouth bass on crankbait. And now, our catch of the week. Drumroll, please. Kaylee Canellis landed a mammoth northern pike at Eagle Nest Lake using worms and salmon eggs. The thing was nearly as big as she is. That's it for this week. Join us next week for the latest fishing hotspots. For Crazy Radio, I'm Christy Lepis, reminding you to grab your family and go fishing.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow, high today of 73, low tonight of 48, high tomorrow 72 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow, high today of 52, low tonight of 32, high tomorrow 52 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. You can also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Friday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. Enjoy your weekend.